Meeting's called to order. For all those who would like to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence, please do so at this time. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you, everybody. Call to order, please. Excuse me, roll call.
Mrs. Edmeades. Mrs. Fish.
Here.
Dr. Gatachu.
Here.
Mrs. Gordon.
Here.
Mr. Gordon. Dr. Gursky.
Here.
Mr. Kirsch.
Here.
Mr. Reichert.
Here.
Mr. Huron.
Here. We have a quorum. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 17th, 2021 as presented?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. And thank you. All in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed, no? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Board administrative announcements tonight. I'll speak on behalf of Columbia Montour. The next meeting is on next Tuesday, and nothing specific to share at this time other than they're in the same position as all other school districts with the integration and back to school and all that's associated with that. CSIU, Dr. Gatachu, is there anything to report tonight?
Yeah, we had a meeting. There's nothing specific to the our district that I can report to.
Okay, thank you. Finance Committee?
Mr. Gordon just joined the group.
Yeah, I'm just going to read a statement here. The School Board of Directors approved to move forward with general obligation bonds, Series 2A of 2021. This is new money that will be used for construction and renovations to the Danville Area Primary School, construction of new athletic facilities, renovations and improvements to Liberty Valley Intermediate School, renovations and improvements to Columbia Montour Votech, and paying the costs associated with the issuance of the bonds. The internet bond sale or auction was held on Wednesday, August 18th, 2021. The sale was highly competitive with a total of 18 bids submitted from 4 different bidders. 3 of the 4 bidders did not require the district to carry bond insurance. It is because of the district's strong financial position, history, and credit score that some bidders do not require this. As a result, this saved the district $35,000 in costs. The sale was extremely successful, and the final bid came from Robert W. Baird and Company Incorporated, and the rate is 1.52%. This is a little over a $2 million savings or $2 million cost avoidance over the life of the bond from the projections and presentation that PFM Financial Advisors LLC, geez, that's a mouthful, presented at the July 14th, 2021 board meeting. The settlement date is scheduled for September 22nd, 2021. The construction fund deposit will be $9,321,674. A good faith deposit was received on August 18th in the amount of $89,000. The successful sale was due to the timing of the borrowing, economy, and demand. The financial advisors, administration, finance committee, and board were presented with the facts that this is the perfect time to borrow and move forward to take advantage of the rates being at an all-time low. The auction was competitive because there are not many bond sales currently. The district needed to borrow funding for these projects and was able to do it in a fiscally responsible way.
Fantastic. Good news. One other item, Mr. Gordon, I don't know if you could hear us. Is there anything on the athletic committee you'd like to share tonight?
Gordon, would you like to share anything for the athletic committee?
Not at this time, thank you. Okay, next order of business tonight is the school board goals for 2021 through 2022. For those of you in the room, it's on this blue paper. These goals are also posted on the website, but for the record, I'd like to read through them. So our missions, the Danville Area School District mission statement is as follows. The Danville Area School District, a partnership of family, school, and community, is committed to the education and growth of the whole individual. And our mission statement, Danville Area School District is a collaborative learning community where students have the opportunity to reach their individual potential. Our commitment resides in molding a resilient, effective communicator who has the requisite skills to be a successful citizen in an ever-changing society. And then our goals that are set forth for this period of time: the student well-being goal. Danville Area School District School Board will promote the implementation of evidence-based social-emotional learning programming and practices across the district. Our fiscal responsibility goal. The Danville Area School District School Board will coordinate with the superintendent and business manager to preserve long-term financial stability for our district. The student success goal. Danville Area School District School Board will support development of a continuum of services and pathways for student learning that will help students understand the full spectrum of opportunities upon graduation. Our district operations goals. Danville Area School District School Board will endorse the development of a long-range plan to address the district's building and facilities needs to ensure our physical plan can effectively and efficiently address the needs of our students, staff, and community for the next 20 years. And then the last goal is our climate and culture goal. Danville Area School Board will promote a safe environment as the key to social, emotional, and academic success. And these goals will and are posted on the school website for further reference. Okay, next order of business tonight, we have Dr. Boyle's superintendent's report. So I'll pass the baton to Dr. Boyle.
Thank you. Jeff, next slide. We'll begin with the enrollment report. Right now, district-wide, back it up. There are 2,838 children in our district, some of them in non-public schools, but enrolled in the actual district's classrooms, 2,260. In Head Start, we have 84 students. At the primary building, we have 525 students. At Liberty Valley, we have 520. The middle school, 503. At the high school, 628 students. And we now have 125 students attending at Columbia Montour Votech. And I just gave you a little bit of information about our English language learners. We are having an uptick in the number of students who are coming into the district with English as a second language or with absolutely no ability to speak English. So right now there's the mix of all the various languages that are represented by students in our ELL program. At Danville Primary, today started picture week, so tomorrow's first grade, second grade is Thursday, and I just provided a couple little snapshots of children this year, how they've gotten back into the classroom, into the playground, and enjoying themselves. They're loving being back at school, let me put it that way. At the Liberty Valley this summer, they did an art camp, and you can see some of the artwork that has been happening out at Liberty Valley. The students have finished this up once they came back to school, so we're very pleased to show off the new playground decor. At our middle school, we have two things. We have the drama club is going to do a play tentatively in May, and it'll be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And there is a video there that's embedded, Mr. Ryan, to show the teachers at the middle school. Can you play that one? Don't have audio, okay. Sorry about that. Well, you can catch that on the middle school website then. Okay. Fast. At the high school, I wanted to just let people know that last year we had one of our courses that had to do with power tools, taught by Mr. Schultz, is a Penn College Now course, which the students get credits for attending that, college credits. They did very well. Out of the 13 students who actually took part in the course, 11 of them were participating and passed with a success rate of an A, B, or C. And just in order to try and help our bus drivers, we are in a severe bus driver shortage across the entire nation. There is 79% of the respondents to the survey that was put out that in the Northeast have said they've had to alter their services in one way or another because they don't have enough bus drivers. So we do have a flyer over here with information of how to seek out the application to be a bus driver if you're interested. And we also want to remind everybody that the school buses are out and running. The district has very many school buses, so please drive safely. And of course, my COVID update. There's a couple of things going on there. We are in both counties still in a high level of transmission. As you can see in Montour County, the numbers are smaller as far as new cases per day, but because we're such a small county and have so few of a population, a lower population, the smaller numbers increase our percentage significantly as compared to other places. And then in Northumberland County, you can see the numbers are pretty high. In some cases, you know, they're in the 20s and 30s, but there was a day there that was 59, so that's pretty extreme. That was the same day that Montour County had 12, so that was a bad day. And this is the cases within the district right now. So we haven't had many cases, and to be honest with you, the majority of the students within this particular group, I think we have 11 students total since the first day of school that have had to be considered isolation or have a case, and they have all had some sort of situation in their homes that has brought us to this point. We don't have any knowledge of a student getting COVID while being in the building. One caveat with this that I want to stress is the fact that when both students are wearing masks, we don't have to quarantine near as many. At the high school, the one day we had one case, but there were 22 close contacts that from the contact tracing that the nurse did, because the student who was the case wore their mask, and some of the other students were vaccinated as well and wore their masks. We only had to send home 3 students for quarantining. So that to us, that was extremely important. Now you have to wait for public comment, okay? Thank you. And I think the only other thing for me is the fact that we have a thank you letter or a thank you note from the Hauser family. Doug Hauser was a paraprofessional here for many years who passed away recently, and they said to thank you for all the support cards, gifts, messages, and flowers, and we especially to so many of you who came to his service and those who were there in thoughts and prayers. Dave touched so many. He loved working with all of you and the kids. So thank you message there. The other thing I wanted to let people know is Dr. David Price was an acting superintendent in this district on 3 different occasions. He was a man who really loved the children, and he lost his battle with cancer this week. So please keep that family in your thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. Okay, before the public comment period, I was going to allow Jennifer to say a few words, please.
Thank you. And what I thought would be helpful for tonight for both the board and the public is to talk about the mask mandate first, how we got where we are today, because a lot has happened in 2 weeks, and I think it will help to put everyone on the same page about what information is out there right now. So first of all, you know, everyone's frustrated. The public's frustrated, we're frustrated. Again, it was overwhelmingly decided by the vast majority of Pennsylvania school districts to have an optional masking policy. Administrators across the state, including those here tonight, worked with members of the public to get input regarding, you know, CDC guidance to determine what was in the best interest of your local community. And overwhelmingly, the district decided in their health and safety plan, you know, the options that they selected. Most school districts, I will tell you, continued to say we will have an optional masking policy, but if we're ever required again through a mask mandate to require masks, we're going to do it. That brings us to where we are today, where the Department of Health on August 31st issued an order saying a mask mandate will be put in effect on September 7th. So there's been a lot of debate to say, what is the masking order? Is it really an order? Do we have to follow it? What is it? I've seen a lot of arguments on both sides saying it isn't a legal order. And here, again, you'll have an opportunity during the public comment session to address any comments that you want to the board. But what happened was the Department of Health issued their order under the Disease Control and Prevention Law to say this is a control measure that's going into effect for the entirety of the state of Pennsylvania that will impact any staff, student, or visitor to a school facility, which is why everyone here today is, wearing a mask unless they have an applicable exemption. Because the Department of Health is a subset of the CDC, that masking order has the weight and effect of law, which is why we're all, the majority of school districts are doing what they're supposed to and complying with the order. And again, the appropriate way to challenge whether that Department of Health order has the legal authority, whether the Department of Health Secretary had the legal authority to enact that, those appropriate challenges are already being raised in courts of law. So until a court determines that Department of Health order to be invalid or the Department of Health revokes it, the school district is obligated to continue to comply with same. So again, we're continuing to watch as there's multiple litigations both at the state level and the federal level, trying to determine, whether there was appropriate authority, as well as we're keeping an eye on multiple legislation that has been proposed, to, address, either the disease control and prevention law or other avenues. So we'll continue to keep the board updated relative to same. Questions have been raised about what about the district's health and safety plan? Doesn't it matter that the district chose an optional plan? And the thing is, with the Department of Health's order, that supersedes the district's health and safety plan. It's in effect. There's no action that's needed to be taken by the district to say, we're going to comply. You guys already said you're going to comply with any masking mandate that would be issued. If in the event that the order is revoked or if a court determines it'll be invalid, again, what happens is it immediately reverts back to the district's existing health and safety plan, which you guys, to my understanding, have chosen an optional masking, correct? So moving on from there, there are questions about what exactly is required to claim an exemption under the masking order. And again, the exemptions are listed in Section 3 of the masking order, and PDE recently came out with guidance on September 10th of 2021 to again issue their position and guidance to say that just accepting what I'll call parental exemptions, that those aren't sufficient, those are not compliant with the law. So again, it's my understanding that the district has been complying with the masking order in its entirety throughout while the order has been in effect. Some of the things additionally, why are we here today? Why are school districts continuing to ask their students, their staff, and visitors to wear masks? Some of the things that are listed in the masking order include consequences for school districts, for school board members, for superintendents, for not complying. That includes personal liability. Many school districts have specifically consulted with their insurance carriers. Again, we all went through this struggle last year. This is not the first time. So again, many insurance carriers have continued to maintain their position regarding mandates versus recommendations, which is why the district had previously the ability to say we're going to go optional because there was no mandate in place as of then. Again, we always take the concerns regarding personal liability seriously, and we've, advised accordingly relative to the considerations relative to same, and that's why we continue to recommend that, our school district clients fully comply with the masking order as it currently exists. Beyond that, I think if there's any additional comments that are raised tonight regarding the masking order, we can address them. I've seen couple different variations of questions that are raised, at different school boards I've been to as of yet, the different meetings. So if there's any, specific comments that may be raised, while the public comment session is not a Q&A, there may be some questions that, I may determine to answer for the board's clarity, but just to make clear that, that opportunity is for the public to express their concerns to the school district. And again, the district unfortunately is in a very difficult situation where this, mandate has come down on the district to enforce, to fully comply with, and until a court says differently, the district should, follow what they're mandated to do at this point. So I don't know if the board has any questions for me at this point. Otherwise, I won't talk any longer, and we'll let the public, if they have any questions, go forward.
Yeah, I'd like to just add one thing, and I appreciate all that. That brings a lot of the discussion to the serious nature of what we've had to contend with, deal with, and comply to. What I would direct folks, if you grab a handout, there is a district in the state of Pennsylvania which is redacted on this document, but this clearly says what the power of that order really could result in to the school district and to the individuals. So I think that's an important part of this discussion, which is this really boils down to, it's not like we flipped the coin and said, should we or shouldn't we? This was directed for us with very clear, definitive fallout of lack of adherence to said order. So I encourage everybody to take a look at this. This is another district in the state of Pennsylvania on this side of the state. So I would ask that you read that if you'd like to look a little harder at some of the challenges and the potential fallout that we have in front of us.
Just want to add, when that was sent to us as a link, it was also stated by Sherry Smith from the Department of Education that this is what any district would see if we were not in full compliance. So that it was meant for every district, but this was specified to one district because they were taking action against that district.
Any other comments from the board? Anybody else this time? No? Okay. So then we'll open up the next session section of tonight's meeting is the public comment period. I remind everybody this is the first of 2 public comment sessions. There's another one at the end. This first one is for agenda items only. I ask that you kindly tell us who you are, where you live, if you care to share a public comment, and we will maintain a 3-minute total protocol for the public comment. So at this time, I'll turn it over to folks. Does anybody like to make a public comment? If you just hold that button down on that one, that would work too, until it turns green. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
My name is Richard Brown. I stay at 50 Persetta Drive. I'm just here to talk about one of the tests that they have. It's a rapid test. I don't know if you guys use it in the district. It's a 15-minute test. It's not FDA approved, but it is FDA authorized due to this pandemic. I just wanted to say that I think you guys are doing a good job. You're complying with everything the way it should. My time in the Navy, my time in my life here in this community has been pretty good. This is something serious. I take it seriously, and I see that all of you guys here sitting on the board, you're a team. All of you guys over there, you're a team. All of us over here, we're a team, parent, and everything. So what we need to do and continue to do like we've been doing is come together as a team and protect our kids and make sure we have their interests first. They need us to pull together. They need us to work together. I know that we can do it. I'll leave this for you guys to pass around.
Thank you. Anybody else like to make a public comment? You just hold, if you, oh, there you go,
It's on.
screen.
It's green. Now you turn it on.
Yeah, you don't have to hold it. There you
Yeah.
go.
Hi, my name is Peter Gorney. I live in Danville. I'm just here today. Well, I want to go. Peter Gorney, G-O-R-N-E-Y. I'm going to start off with, if you guys at the board don't want to, I'm here on behalf of other parents too. I will pursue to RSA 1972. We, the understanding duly registered voters within the Danville School District in the town of Danville, early make application to own school board to warn special meeting to bond the following questions to see if the voters of the Danville School District will vote adopt the following provisions about masks being optional for staff and visitors and students. Because the parents should be making that decision for the school, for their students, for their children, not the school board. We're responsible for our kids' health, not you. All right? Now, second, we want to talk about COVID-19 and the test. The CDC is changing the test December 31st because of false positives. 97% failure rate. They can't tell the difference between the flu, a cold, or COVID. So you tell me, the flu disappeared last year. Where'd it go? COVID. It's all a scam for these vaccines. They said 2. Now it's going to be 3, then 4, 5. When is it going to end? This is where we make a stand. This is where we make a stand. Otherwise, our country is lost. Our kids are going to be indoctrinated. It's already happening out in California. Did you see the teacher got fired? They're flying flags, Antifa flags and stuff in the school. That's what's going to happen if you let these governors take over like this. They don't own us. We, the voters, are the ones who make the rules, not them. We are in charge, not the government. We elect the government to do what we want, not what they want. And if I have to do this, I'll have recalls for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Boyle, can I ask what the order is that he referenced? I don't know. Can you just say what the order is? that
Peter,
he
do you want to
referenced?
give me those questions that you had, please? It's okay.
RSA 197. For Singletown, yeah. So RSA 197. Yeah.
Do you want to give Dr. Boyle a question?
You said you had questions for us for a special meeting?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then the special meeting is you're asking to have a vote by the people that show or a vote by everybody in the county? What are you proposing? Thank you.
Are there any other public comments? Okay, thank you. Okay, the next order of business tonight is, excuse me, our agenda consent items. Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda items 8.1, 12.1, 12.2, 13.1 through 13.4?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you,
I
Ms.
second.
Fisher. Thank you, Doctor.
Mrs. Fish,
Yes.
Dr. Katachu,
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon,
Yes.
Mr. Gordon,
Yes.
Dr. Gursky,
Yes.
Mr. Kirsch,
Yes.
Mr. Reichard,
Yes.
Mr. Huron.
Yes, motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Okay, item 8.2, volunteer assistant coach, the board will take action to approve Gabe Erdley as middle school volunteer assistant football coach, 12-week season volunteer for the 2021 through 2022 fall season. Do I have a motion to approve 8.2?
A motion to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Dr. Katachu?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Dr. Gursky?
Yes.
Mr. Kirsch?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mrs. Fish?
Yes.
Mr. Huron?
Yes, motion carries. Thank you, everyone. 8.3, the Danville Area Community Center, known as the DAC, soccer park rental. The board will take action to approve the payment of $4,400 to the Danville Area Community Center for the rental of 2 soccer fields for the 2021 fall soccer season at the soccer park located on East Market Street, Danville, as presented. Do I have a motion to approve 8.3?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Dr. Gursky?
Yes.
Mr. Kirsch?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mrs. Fish?
Yes.
Dr. Katachu?
Yes.
Mr. Huron?
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item 11.1, the July and August 2021 finance reports. Okay. All right. Sorry. 11.3, skipping down. Bills for payment July 1st through September 9th, 2021. Do I have a motion to approve item 11.3?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll
Thanks.
second.
Christina, got it.
Mr. Gordon?
Where's my piece of chocolate?
I'm going to stack it up at the end.
Dr. Gursky?
Abstain.
Mr. Kirsch?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Abstain.
Mrs. Fish?
Yes.
Dr. Katachu?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Huron?
Yes, motion carries. Okay. Yep, the new hires. Okay, item 12.3, the board will take action to approve the employment of Lauren Parker as a 205-day secretary at Danville High School at the contracted hourly rate of $12.71 effective August 24th, 2021. Do I have a motion to approve item 12.3?
A motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
Dr. Gursky?
Yes.
Mr. Kirsch?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mrs. Fish?
Yes.
Dr. Katachu?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Huron?
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 12.4, board will take action to approve the employment of Alicia Gifford, as a paraprofessional at Danville Middle School at the contracted hourly rate of $11.45 effective August 24th, 2021. Do I have a motion to approve item 12.4?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
All right, I'll second.
Thank you.
Mr. Kirsch?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mrs. Fish?
Yes.
Dr. Katachu?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Dr. Gursky?
Yes.
Mr. Huron?
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you. 12
Mr. Huron, can I
Yes.
make a motion to combine 12.5 through 12.8?
Yes, you can. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.
And who seconded, Mr. Kirsch?
Sure. Yeah.
So just for the record, we made a motion for item 12.5, 12.6, 12.7, and 12.8. Motion's on the table. Yes, please.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mrs. Fish?
Yes.
Dr. Katachu?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Dr. Gursky?
Yes.
Mr. Kirsch?
Yes.
Mr. Huron?
Yes, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, item 13, the second reading for policy 906. Oh, excuse me. That's why they're blue. Okay? Yep, nothing under transportation tonight. So item 15 is the board concerns. Any items for the next meeting agenda? Anybody have anything to share at this time on the board side? Okay. All right, thanks, everybody. Okay, on to item 16, which is our second public comment period. I offer the same protocol. Is there anybody left in the room that would like to make a public comment period at this time? No? Okay. Item 17, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn? All those in favor of adjournment, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Okay, motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.